how can me, the average guy who's trying to sell, let's say, muffins from my bakery, what are the key components that I should focus on trying to create a video that's going to give me that virality or that comedic effect? Walk us through some of the important concepts.
So the number one characteristic that we have found, and I've been really thinking about maybe writing a book about this, is unexpectedness. I think it's the most underrated, less known characteristic that makes things work. If you read a book like Made to Stick, you learn that things that people remember are things that confuse them, and that by the end become relevant. And there's a lot of books written about like the purple cow. You don't pay attention to a cow, but you pay attention to a purple cow. What we've learned is sometimes it doesn't even matter how good, how funny, how relevant what you're doing is. Sometimes it's just the randomness of it is what gets people's attention, to where there's no reference to what this thing is. And we've gone back and looked at our most successful ads. They all have a huge sense of randomness to them. Now, granted, we have a pretty interesting case study or a set of cases to look at, because I haven't wrote all of the ads we've made. I've probably wrote or concepted about half of them. And I'm a very random person. I was on Ritalin until college. It's just part of my personality. Sure. When I infuse that, and by the way, my randomness is not always a hit at social situations or in conversations with people. It's often so left field that there's like, what? And it's like, this guy's weird. I don't understand what he's talking about. He doesn't fit into my like keeping up with the Joneses box that I've created for myself. He's not obeying the social cues that I like to obey. Right?
Yeah.
But when that's in an ad, it works because it just jolts people out of whatever they're doing. So if you're at a bakery, what you have to do is not necessarily be the funniest. You don't have to have the best jokes. What you have to do is be the most unexpected. And
I love that. That's
unexpected is extremely difficult, because our whole lives we're trained to follow patterns and programs, and we're supposed to learn the way things have been done. And so it takes a very rebellious personality to do that. And so if you are a bakery and you want to make something unexpected, find one of the weirder, more rebellious, social outcast, out of the norm people you can, and work with them on a script and bring whatever they're saying into reality to make it relevant. But try to do something that's just, the stranger it sounds when you say it, the better concept it's going to be. So a good example is pool fence DIY. It's a fence that goes around your pool. What kind of concept can we make that's going to make someone care about that? Obviously, we can't just make people afraid, and we can't say your kids are going to die if you don't buy this.
Right.
We don't like fear-based advertising. We like reciprocation-based advertising. We want our ads to contribute something to the world, not take away. A lot of those advertisements have caused eating disorders, mental illness, all of those things. So with pool fence, we said, well, let's take an Amish couple who has 50 children and they're trying to keep them out of the pool. Now, that's not very relevant to anyone. Someone you might look at that and say, well, that's an Amish couple. I'm not that. So, but what happened is it's so strange and outlandish that people really enjoy that ad. And frequently people say it's one of their more favorite ads. But when we first had the concept, it was just like, whoa, that is way out there. That is completely out of left field. And I think that's the reason that it worked.
What I love about that particular idea too is when I think unexpected, I'm thinking we're going to give this long drawn out storyline. Then all of a sudden we're going to flip the script at the last minute or the last second, which you've probably lost a lot of your audience. But what's great about that is you're introducing these two interesting carriers and all their crazy kids from the very beginning.